What if I told you that the same planets we see in our night sky hold the keys to understanding your personality, your relationships, and your life's purpose? Welcome back to Cosmic Blueprint Astrology. I'm Sino, and today we're diving deep into the heart of astrology, the planets themselves. Whether you're a complete beginner or looking to deepen your astrological knowledge, this comprehensive guide will transform how you read birth charts forever. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell because we're building the ultimate astrology learning community here. So before we explore each planet individually, let's understand what planets represent in astrology. Think of planets as cosmic actors on the stage of your birth chart. Each planet carries its own unique energy, personality, and area of influence in your life. Unlike astronomy, which studies planets as physical celestial bodies, astrology views them as archetypal energies that influence human experience. When we say Mercury is in retrograde or Venus is in your love sector, we're talking about these energetic influences. The planets are divided into three categories. Personal planets, which is the Sun, Moon, Mercury, Venus, and Mars. These move quickly and represent your core personality traits. The social planets, which are Jupiter and Saturn. These represent how you relate to society and your long-term growth. And then the outer planets, which is Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. These represent generational themes and deep psychological transformation. Now let's meet each planetary player in your cosmic blueprint. We start off with the personal planets. So the Sun. This is your core identity, who you are at your very essence. It represents your ego, your life purpose, and how you shine in the world. Your sun sign is what most people know as their zodiac sign. The key themes of this is your identity, ego, vitality, father figures, leadership, and creativity. It rules Leo, and the house association is the 5th house. And the cycle takes 1 year to travel through all zodiac signs. The Sun shows what energizes you and where you feel most authentic. A strong Sun placement creates natural leaders and confident individuals, while challenging Sun aspects might indicate struggles with self-esteem or identity. The Moon. So if the Sun is who you are, the Moon is how you feel. The Moon represents your emotional nature, your subconscious mind, and your instinctive reactions. It's your inner child, your needs, and what makes you feel safe and nurtured. So the key themes for it is emotions, instincts, mother figures, home, memory, and intuition. It rules Cancer. The house association for it is the 4th house, and the cycle takes about 28 days to travel through all zodiac signs. Your moon sign often explains why you react emotionally the way you do, especially in private or intimate settings. It's particularly important in relationships because it shows what you need to feel emotionally fulfilled. Mercury is the messenger of the gods and governs all forms of communication. This planet rules how you think, learn, speak, and process information. It's about your mental approach to life and how you connect with others through words and ideas. So the key themes would be communication, intellect, learning, siblings, short trips, and technology. It rules Gemini and Virgo. It's associated with the 3rd and the 6th houses, and the cycle takes about 88 days to orbit the Sun. Mercury retrograde periods, which happen 3 to 4 times per year, are famous in astrology for causing communication mishaps and technology glitches. But they're actually powerful times for reflection and revisiting old projects. Venus. Venus is the planet of love, beauty, and values. She governs romantic relationships, artistic expression, and what you find beautiful or valuable. Venus shows how you give and receive love and what brings you pleasure and harmony. So the key themes would be love, relationships, beauty, art, money, values, and pleasure. She rules Taurus and Libra and is associated with the second and seventh houses. The cycle takes about 225 days to orbit the sun. Your Venus sign reveals your love language and relationship style. It also indicates your aesthetic preferences and how you express creativity. Mars. So Mars is the warrior planet, representing your drive, ambition, and how you assert yourself. It's about action, passion, and anger. Mars shows you how you go after what you want and how you handle conflict. So the key themes would be action, energy, anger, passion, competition, and courage. It rules Aries and traditionally Scorpio. And the house association is the first house, but traditionally the eighth house. And the cycle takes about 687 days to orbit the sun. Mars is particularly important for understanding motivation and how someone handles challenges. A well-aspected Mars creates determination and courage, while challenging Mars aspects might indicate anger issues or lack of direction. So now we look at the social planets. So Jupiter is the great benefic, the planet of expansion, luck, and wisdom. It's known as the king of planets. So Jupiter represents growth, optimism, higher learning, and spiritual beliefs. It shows where you're likely to experience abundance and growth in life. So the key themes would be expansion, luck, wisdom, higher education, philosophy, travel, and spirituality. It rules Sagittarius, but traditionally Pisces. It's associated with the ninth house, but traditionally the 12th house. And the cycle takes about 12 years to orbit the sun. Jupiter transits are generally considered fortunate, bringing opportunities for growth and expansion. Your Jupiter placement shows where you're naturally optimistic and where you might experience good fortune. Saturn. So Saturn gets a bad reputation, but it's actually one of the most important planets for personal development. It's known as the great teacher, and it represents discipline, responsibility, limitations, and hard-earned wisdom. It shows where you need to work hardest to achieve mastery. So the key themes would be discipline, responsibility, limitations, authority, structure, karma, and lessons. It rules Capricorn and traditionally Aquarius. It's associated with the 10th house, but traditionally the 11th. And the cycle takes about 29 and a half years to orbit the sun. So the famous Saturn return happens around age 29 when Saturn returns to its position in your birth chart. This is often a time of major life changes and taking on adult responsibilities. Saturn teaches us that the most valuable things in life require patience and hard work. So now we look at the outer planets. Uranus. Uranus is the rebel of the zodiac, representing sudden changes, innovation, and revolution. This planet governs technology, humanitarian causes, and breaking free from tradition. Uranus energy is electric, unpredictable, and always pushing for progress. So the key themes would be revolution, innovation, technology, humanitarianism, rebellion, and sudden changes. It rules Aquarius, and the house it's associated with is the 11th house. The cycle takes about 84 years to orbit the sun. Uranus transits often bring unexpected events that shake up our lives, but these changes usually lead to greater freedom and authenticity. Because it moves so slowly, Uranus affects entire generations. Neptune. So Neptune is the dreamer, governing imagination, spirituality, and illusion. This mystical planet rules creativity, compassion, and our connection to the divine. But Neptune can also create confusion, deception, and escapism. So the key themes would be imagination, spirituality, illusion, creativity, compassion, sacrifice, and escapism. It rules Pisces and it's associated with the 12th house. So the cycle takes about 165 years to orbit the sun. Neptune dissolves boundaries, which can be beautiful in art and spirituality, but challenging when we need clarity and grounding. Neptune transits often coincide with periods of spiritual awakening or creative inspiration. Pluto. So Pluto may be small, but it packs the biggest transformational punch. This planet governs death and rebirth, transformation, and uncovering hidden truths. Pluto energy is intense, powerful, and designed to help us evolve at the deepest levels. The key themes would be transformation, death and rebirth, power, hidden truths, psychology, and regeneration. It rules Scorpio and it's associated with the 8th house. The cycle takes about 248 years to orbit the sun. Pluto transits are often the most challenging, but ultimately the most transformative. They force us to confront what we've been avoiding and emerge stronger and more authentic. So then we have the lunar nodes. While not planets, the lunar nodes deserve mention in any planetary discussion. The North Node represents your soul's purpose and what you're meant to develop in this lifetime. The South Node represents past life talents and what you're meant to release or transcend. North Node is your karmic path forward, so new skills to develop. South Node is your past life gifts, so comfortable patterns to evolve beyond. So with the cycle, the nodes move backward through the zodiac, taking about 18 and a half years to complete a cycle. So understanding your nodal axis is crucial for spiritual development and understanding your life's deeper purpose. So now we observe the planetary aspects and interactions. The real magic happens when planets interact with each other through aspects. These are geometric relationships between planets that create different energetic dynamics. So these are the major aspects. A conjunction is at 0 degrees. This is where planets blend their energies. A sextile is at 60 degrees, and this is harmonious, easy energy. A square is 90 degrees, and this is tension that creates growth. A trine is at 120 degrees, and this is natural talent and flow. And then finally, we have an opposition at 180 degrees, and this is awareness through contrast. So for example, a Venus-Mars conjunction might create someone who's passionate in love, while a Venus-Mars square might create tension between love and desire that ultimately leads to growth in relationships. So how do you use this information practically? So step 1 would be to look at your personal planets, so Sun, Moon, Mercury, Venus, or Mars, to understand your core personality. Step 2, examine Jupiter and Saturn to understand your approach to growth and responsibility. Step 3 would be to consider the outer planets for deeper generational themes in your life. Step 4 would be to look at the houses each planet occupies to understand which life areas they influence. And then finally, step 5, examine aspects between planets to understand how these energies interact. Remember, no planet is inherently good or bad. Each carries both gifts and challenges. The key is learning to work with planetary energies consciously rather than being at their mercy. And there you have it, your complete guide to the planets in astrology. Understanding these cosmic plays is like learning a new language that helps you decode the mysteries of human behavior and life patterns. If this video helped you understand the planets better, give it a thumbs up and let me know in the comments which planet resonates most with you. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more in-depth astrology content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.